Welcome to the conference, The Future of India's Forests.
Forests are the lungs of the earth. They play a critical role in regulating our climate and provide a livelihood to over 1.6 billion people living in and around them.
We have now three basic objects of management of forest. Number one is conservation. Number two is man-animal conflict. And the third object of management is livelihood people.
We went from our technical sides to look at this forest issue. We said we want to do it, and we started talking to our colleagues from KfW, others, and slowly developed this idea and this concept. And I think we have this conference now, which will have 3 panels.
I'm a futurist. So when I saw the title, The Future of India's Forests, then I'm always very happy that people think not only maybe about the next 3 years, the next program, the next activities, but actually about the next 10 years, and even we are thinking about 2050 as well. What kind of vision you have for India's forests?
The resilience of forests will be the crux. And that's where I think India will have to do some good groundwork.
We need to use fire as a tool in our forest management.
The Prime Minister himself mentioned that these tiger reserves are engines of economic growth.
In this year itself, we have appraised 250 million euros.
What do you think are the sort of the critical challenges of governance when it comes to forests and climate change?
First challenge which I think is the challenge of coordination.
When we are going to the field and then try to understand that it is interlinked with so many sectors.
Private sector has a huge interest in convergence. So I think at our end what we are doing is creating platforms.
We must realize that whatever money is being spent in the area needs to be done in a proper and comprehensive manner.
When we talk of the forests in the context, it is not only the forest which needs to be taken care. We have to have the landscape approach.
It's not just which service declines and which service increases, but whose service.
When we make a policy, we should take into consideration everybody is concerned. And accordingly, we should bring out a document.
How do you implement those targets are going to be looked at? How do we actually have a good compliance mechanism?
There are policy frameworks which hardly reaches at the local level when it comes to consultative process.
We have a direct and shared responsibility to protect the world's forest. We must act today to ensure the future generations also can benefit from this unique treasure.
Rights of the local community on the forest and make them responsible.
Forest policy should set realistic targets for itself.
Landscape approaches to forest management should be based on clear and statutorily defined rights and responsibilities in forest areas.
We find it extremely difficult to implement the same act in every state.
We want to establish a framework that would assess the effectiveness of forest based on its quality and management. The second recommendation is to establish consultation to align international commitments.
The purpose is to have a management of the forest for the ecosystem services, use of drone and better satellite imagery for the mapping of the forest and assessment of the forest, forest fire management, these things. So these has to be understood well by the governments. All other species which are grown on farmers' land has to be given freedom for growing and harvesting and utilizing at their own will. Forest land could not be diverted without the prior approval of the government. That is the only thing the Forest Conservation Act says.
I liked actually from Himachal Pradesh this example you said working on forest fires to connect this with livelihood.
Bigger roadblock in context of our country is of course that we have to have a very good balance between the conservation and the development.
Future of India's forests look quite bright, but it is associated with number of challenges, as we have a human population, we have a challenge of the livestock, we have various development needs, we have challenges of competing land use.
The major hurdle I find is there is no coordination between the government departments and the local stakeholders.
Lack of interdisciplinary actions.
There is no lack of intent, but probably we got to put our hands together and get our hands dirty.
The future lies in the role and responsibility of communities, making them more climate resilient and also making responsible, shifting responsibility on community to protect the forest and conserve it.
I think the major roadblock is recognition of people's rights.
There is a lot of anthropogenic challenges, and also there is a lot of climate challenges linked to forestry.
We want agriculture with less land and less water.
The absence of a government in some cases can be a facilitating and an enabling factor.
What do we do as an action?
Timber mine is not a forest.
So we have actually revived 4 different kinds of ecological races. Yeah.
The most pertinent recommendation on financing was on linking it to performance-based financing.
Local measures needed to enhance adaptive capacity of communities through biodiversity conservation, water restoration, energy security, and livelihood improvement.
We are talking about the transparency, we are talking about the accountability, but what are the enabling environment to provide the authority to implement all these things.
Forest policy should incorporate an intersectoral and multi-sectoral approach as well as the diversity of biogeographical areas.
There were 2 recommendations. First one is strengthening and promoting commercial use of traditional ecological knowledge.
Communities with ownership of the forests. Forest-based bioresources should have thorough value chain analysis with harvest protocol and benefits plugged back to the communities.
We, KfW Development Bank, we want to do more in natural resource management in India. This loan funding of NRM project has been happening in special category states. But we would also be ready to extend this form of financing to any other state in India.
Consolidate your gains of forest management through certification as an efficient tool of sustainable forest management.
There has to be also a change of orientation of people who manage this. There is a need to have a complete 360-degree nurturing of the syllabus so that we produce the best officers and they are trained and equipped to handle the challenge. There is a need to very urgently tackle these 2 issues, the invasives and the forest element. And also we need to put equal emphasis on urban forestry. Talks about conservation would be only a conversation if we do not have finances discussed. So those are also of paramount importance. We as ministry, on my own behalf and on behalf of Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change and Government of India, we are very thankful that GIZ has organized this and that all of you who have participated, long live Indo-German friendship. Thank you.
It was relatively easy to define for us what to do. We can put the targets, the objectives, and everything easily on paper, in policies, but it's very difficult to define what are the real changes that will be necessary to achieve that. And this question of changes, somehow we are also evading. Sometimes it seems to me it's like the elephant in the room. Everybody knows it's there, but we don't want to talk about it. Because one obvious change that will be necessary to achieve it, we have to redefine our relationship with nature. If we don't do that, we just simply continue a conference like this lives always from the ones giving these kind of critical inputs that allow us to discuss, to move forward, get new ideas. So I want to thank all the speakers and panelists that made these 1.5 days possible.
Thank you very much.